El Dorado Hills is consistently ranked as one of the best places to live in all of California. But if you're thinking about moving here, there are things nobody is going to put in their relocation brochure. I've lived here for 24 years, and in this video, you're going to get the real story about living in El Dorado Hills. I'm going to walk you through the pros and the cons of living in El Dorado Hills, because this community, it's not for everyone. And I'd rather have you find out from this video than after you found what you thought is the home of your dreams. And there's something about El Dorado Hills that makes it genuinely unique. Something you won't find in any real estate listing or on a website. And I'm going to tell you what that is. By the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Mela Frater-Conjoli, founder of Onyx Real Estate. I've been living in El Dorado Hills for 24 years. I know this community, the streets, the neighborhoods, the schools, the fire risks, the HOA rules, and not from a database or website, but from living it for 24 years. Everything I'm going to share comes from real life experience, not a marketing package. Here's what I hear from people considering a move to El Dorado Hills. They've done the Googling, they've scrolled Zillow, and maybe they've driven through here once or twice on a weekend. And they keep getting two different answers. One says, this is paradise. It's safe, it's beautiful, it's close to everything. And the other answer is, it can be expensive, might feel a little sleepy, and the cost of living here, because of the utilities, is high. Well, you know what? Both groups are right. And the question is whether your life fits this place. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Let's start with the biggest pro. This is the one that drew me here 24 years ago and keeps me here. That's the location. El Dorado Hills sits at the base of the Sierra foothills. You're 30 minutes from downtown Sacramento, 45 minutes to the airport, and you're only 90 minutes to Lake Tahoe. And let's not forget about wine country. Think about what that means in real life. On weekends, from your front door to the ski slopes, it's 90 minutes. Taking an international flight, you're 45 minutes to the airport. You don't have to drive to SFO. This is not a community you move to and feel cut off from the world. It's a community that puts you at the center of everything in Northern California. But there's an honest flip side to that location. Highway 50. It is your lifeline. It's the only freeway in and out of El Dorado Hills. And when it flows beautifully. And when there's an accident or construction or a bad winter storm on the way to Tahoe, there's really no backup plan. And that can be a problem. You're on surface streets to get to other parts of Sacramento, such as Natomas or East Sacramento. It means getting off of Highway 50, navigating crosstown routes, because there's no single freeway that loops you directly around to the metro areas from El Dorado Hills. And during ski season on weekends, when half of Sacramento or the Bay Area is heading up to the mountains, that 90-minute drive can turn into 2 or 3 hours. That's something worth knowing before you decide. The second pro of living in El Dorado Hills are the schools and the safety. And for families, this is often the deciding factor. The schools and the safety really make El Dorado Hills a great place to live. There are 3 school districts in El Dorado Hills. There's Buckeye, Rescue, and Oak Ridge, which is in the El Dorado Union High School District. And those schools all consistently earn the top ratings in the region. The crime rate here, it is exceptionally low. The community is well-resourced, and the quality of life that comes from raising a family somewhere that's genuinely safe, that's something you feel every day, and it is truly priceless. Families who move to El Dorado Hills tend to stay put, and the schools and the safety, the fact that your kids can go out and ride their bike and you don't have to worry about it, that makes a big difference in the quality of life. You know, there is a con to that. Sometimes people say that living in El Dorado Hills, it can feel like a bubble. But here's the honest picture that comes with it. There is a version of El Dorado Hills where you can go quite some time without engaging in communities beyond the foothills. As I said, some people call that living in a bubble. The community can sometimes feel insulated, and sometimes that sameness, it starts to feel limiting, and you may notice that. Later, I'm going to share with you a cost that almost nobody budgets for when planning for a move here. And even people who have done a lot of research, I'll give you the real numbers when they get there. But first, something that some buyers don't research before it's too late is what school the home that they buy is zoned for. There are varying boundary lines throughout the community, and where your home sits on a map determines which school your child is assigned to. But before you fall in love with a specific street, there are some neighborhoods where there can be one street and then the next street over, and they don't go to the same school. This is something that I walk through with every single client that has children, because sometimes the school, and whether or not it's one where it requires your child to take a bus versus being around the corner, can really make a big difference in life on a day-to-day basis. The next pro is the lifestyle. El Dorado Hills is absolutely a beautiful community. The pro that is the hardest to fully explain until you've lived it, it's the lifestyle. The outdoors here are not something that you schedule. They're just here. Folsom Lake is right here. It's at your back door. Hiking, walking trails, they're woven throughout the community. Mountain biking, paddleboarding, golf, it's in your backyard, not a destination. But it's not only the access to all of these amazing things that make the lifestyle here something special, it's the beauty of this place. The rolling oak-covered hills, the way the light comes through the trees during golden hour in the evening. El Dorado Hills has a physical quality that makes it feel completely different than a typical suburb. People drive through here for the first time and they say, oh, I had no idea that it looked like this. And here's the thing that I wanted to tell you about. The thing that makes El Dorado Hills genuinely unique. Despite everything that has grown up around it, El Dorado Hills still has that small town feel, regardless of the shopping, the development, the new neighborhoods. There's a sense of community here that I've never found anywhere else. People know their neighbors. Events bring out the whole community. And when something happens, good or bad, this place shows up. And after 24 years of living here, that is the one thing that if I ever left, I would probably miss the most. And let me tell you, I have no plans of leaving anytime soon. Now, with all that beauty and outdoor life, well, there comes a price. And, you know, it may surprise you. It almost does for everyone that moves here, is wildlife comes with the territory. When I first moved here, I had a rattlesnake in my house. I had been living here about 6 months. Yes, there are rattlesnakes. You may not see them very often, but it's something that you have to be aware of. Then there are the deer that love to eat your garden. So you have to have a deer-resistant landscaping on the front yard. And then there are the skunks. I had my dog get skunked at 2 o'clock in the morning one summer evening. So those are some of the negative things about what comes with the beautiful place that we live. You're on the edge of the foothills. The wildlife is part of what you get. Oh, and I forgot the turkeys. Don't forget about the turkeys. Most people get used to it, consider it a part of life. I do, but if living with an occasional rattlesnake or deer in your front yard is a deal breaker, That's part of what you're signing up for when you move to El Dorado Hills. Real quick, if you want all of this in one place, including what homeownership in El Dorado Hills actually costs you when you add everything up, grab the Onyx options for buying and selling. The link for the guide is in the description below. And if this video is helping you, hit like and subscribe. Now, here's the cost I mentioned earlier, the one that most people miss, and that is the utilities. PG&E is the electric provider and gas provider in El Dorado Hills. El Dorado Irrigation District handles the water. Both are more expensive than what many buyers are used to, especially if you're coming from a flat urban area. You know, we've got summer cooling bills that can be high. It gets warm here. And oftentimes people are shocked when they get that first July PG&E bill. You've got a larger home. It just takes more energy. Your air conditioning is working harder in the summer than if you had a smaller home in a cooler area. But here's the offset, and it's a real one. El Dorado Hills gets plenty of sunshine year-round, and solar is an extremely effective in this market. Many, many homes have solar here, and the new construction having solar available is required. And that can dramatically reduce or eliminate your PG&E bill. If you're buying a home in El Dorado Hills, knowing whether or not it already has solar on it and whether that solar is paid for in full or is one of the other solar options available, whether that's a lease or a purchase power agreement, is really important to understanding the full cost of home ownership. Now, one of the things that most people truly love about coming to El Dorado Hills, and this is a real pro of living here, is the abundance of the types and styles of homes available and the wide range of prices. You can find an entry-level condo in El Dorado Hills or move to an established neighborhood with mature trees and large lots. And then there are incredible custom homes with views in the golf course community and other gated communities in the area. And then there's new construction. There's not one single version of El Dorado Hills, which means there's likely a home that fits where you're at in your life right now. Some people say that El Dorado Hills has gotten expensive. And yes, home values have increased in the 24 years that I've lived here. But I want to make something really clear. When you look at the cost of a home in El Dorado Hills, the lifestyle, the amenities, and compare it to other communities with similar lifestyles, say in the Bay Area, in the East Bay, Danville, or Los Gatos, or Marin County, or coastal Santa Barbara. The safety of the schools, the outdoor access, the quality of life, comparable? Yes. The price? Well, in those markets, you're paying 2-3 times or more what you're paying in El Dorado Hills. El Dorado Hills gives you that incredible lifestyle without the price tag. For buyers coming from other areas, whether it's Southern California or out of state somewhere, this is not a compromise moving to El Dorado Hills. This is a discovery. Now here's the honest picture on the other side. The best neighborhoods in El Dorado Hills, some of them are expensive. If you want a view, you're going to pay for that. If you want a newer home, well, that comes with a hefty price tag and often a lot of additional ongoing expenses, higher taxes, higher Mello-Roos bonds. And homes in the best neighborhoods, they carry a premium. Not a Bay Area premium or a Southern California premium, but a real one. In some of those neighborhoods, between the homeowners association dues and the Mello-Roos taxes that have been assessed to fund local infrastructure, the price tag can be hefty. It can add hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, to your monthly cost of ownership. When I work with a buyer, we always calculate the full monthly expenses: mortgage, insurance, HOA, Melrose, before we fall in love with a particular property or a particular neighborhood. Because you really need to know the real number and the cost of ownership and make sure it's one that fits your life. I moved to Dorado Hills 24 years ago from the Bay Area. I've seen this community grow. My children went to the local schools. I've seen my neighbors raise their family, and I've watched home values climb over that period of time. I've watched people move here from the Bay Area, from Southern California, out of state, and the vast majority, well, they stayed. Not because Dorado Hills is perfect. The Highway 50 traffic is real. The utilities are real. The fire insurance, that is real. The Melrose, that's real. I told you all of it. But for the right person, for the family that wants safety, great schools, a backyard that opens to the foothills or the lake, for the buyer who wants a community as much as they want a house, this is the place that delivers on that promise. I've sold hundreds of homes in Dorado Hills, and I can tell you with complete honesty, for the right buyer, there is no place better to live. Here's what I want you to do right now, not when you think you're ready, but right now, before you close this video. First, grab the Onyx Guide to Options When Buying and Selling. And it's going to walk you through homeownership costs in Dorado Hills. You'll know everything about buying a home here, so you can make a confident move in this market. The link is in the description below. Secondly, if you're really contemplating a move, let's have a strategy call where we can talk about exactly what's important to you. We can talk about the pros and the cons for your particular situation. I'd love the opportunity to have a conversation with you. And share this video with anyone that you know who's been asking about Dorado Hills. I'm Mela Frater-Conjoli. Now you have the real picture of the pros and cons of living in Dorado Hills. I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video.